Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. We're going to be doing the top 10 tips for MoCo today, looking at everything that's going to help you out as a new player. Like, how do I grind XP efficiently? How do I approach PvP? All that kind of good stuff. We're going to be diving into it today because MoCo is a pretty grindy game. When you get to level 14, the quest is to get to level 16. And when you get to level 16, the quest is to get to level 20. So there's a lot of grinding to do if you want to progress in the game. By the way, please don't judge my background. This is just what I live in my office. I'm potentially a hoarder. I don't know. Got a lot of stuff. Anyway, let's get into it. In terms of gear setups, my number one tip, I mean, really this is split into two tips, but realistically, if you want to use a good gear setup, that's great, right? Especially if you're new to the game, definitely go in and try and get the best gear setup that you physically can. This one that I'm using right here, if you want to copy it, is a great versatile gear setup that not only can you use in maps, you can use it in Versus, and you can use it in Rifts, and it performs extremely well. Obviously not including some of the later stuff that you will unlock towards like level 17, but this is usually everything that you'll be able to unlock by level 14, and it's very strong. The only thing that you might want to change is the auto zapper for the vampire teeth because it gives you a little bit more sustain. Either of them are fine. That is a flexible passive slot. However, my genuine tip with gear is use everything. You get project milestones for using different types of gear, and they're a great way of generating a little bit of extra experience. So you should be looking to hit some project milestones with the gear that you're using, switch things up, and attempt to use as much gear as physically possible to maximize your project gains. It's all very well and good saying, I mean, I'm guilty of this. I made a video of it saying, this is the best gear setup. I mean, yes, there are definitely gear setups that I think are best for damage output, best for soloing, best for grinding XP. This is one of them. But your account is going to progress faster if you just use lots of different types of gear. Get gear setups that are using different gadgets and different passives and swap to them to try and hit those milestones and hit those projects to get that maximum experience gain. That is the best way to progress your account. So the first tip right up here in the top of your corner is the Battle XP boost. A lot of people probably overlook this, don't really know what it means, but if you really want to maximize that XP gain, you should be looking to use that up every single day. It will go from 4 times to 3 times to 2 times to normal. Once you're at normal, it will stay the same until it resets the next day. However, you should be looking to use that every single day. It grants you increased experience from grinding mobs, doing events, participating in a versus match. Practically anything that you can get XP from other than jobs, missions, or projects, which are basically set XP rewards. So make sure you're maxing out your Battle XP boost every single day because that will help you progress. It actually grants you quite a lot of experience and helps you kind of accelerate your levels. So the next tip I'm going to give you is how to make best use of your Battle XP. A lot of people say, well, I've got like jobs and there are events going on, and we will talk about events later, but specifically when you're using your Battle XP, use the highest level area available to you. Even if you find it difficult, there are ways of getting around that. Oh my gosh, I've jumped straight into an Overcharged. Once you're in that area, and this is kind of like a double tip, you want to join the GANK squad. And I've luckily just joined as one is forming. A good place to find one if you sort of are struggling to find like a GANK squad on the map. You know what I mean by a GANK squad, guys. That massive group of hunters that just runs around the map killing everything. That is what you want to join, right? So that is what the best way to kind of get the maximum use out of your oh my gosh, I'm almost dead. I almost died. Oh my gosh. The best place to find one, usually collecting around boss monsters. If you find a boss monster on the map, even if it's just you by yourself, try and just keep your farming close to that boss monster until as many people gather there as possible. Then what's going to happen after this? We are just going to follow someone. Someone is going to take the lead, and we are just going to run around as a GANK squad killing everything. As a side note, and this is not really a tip, but maybe more of like let's just call it like a mini tip or like a half tip. A half tip, that sounds weird. If you are trying to use your healing weapons and get some healing sort of milestones done or projects done, joining a GANK squad and just running around the boss fights is the best way to maximize your healing on those healing weapons and max out those projects. So, there are events that pop up every so often on the worlds. You'll see them, they cycle out every few minutes or so. You can usually find one, right? I'm quite unlucky to actually not have an event that has popped up on my screen right now, but there are a few events that I tend to look for. Events that happen in your higher XP areas For instance, for me, events in Cave of Spirits or Castle Walls are going to be higher value to me, but there are events in the lower level areas that are still worth it. Events also all give you progress towards like your projects, so events usually have their own project-specific goals. However, there are some events that I'll always join if I see them. 2 times experience, 100%. I did that today, and I absolutely got like 30k experience in literally 20 minutes. There's also the invasion events, usually very high volumes of enemies, which usually means lots of experience, and then the overcharged events. Overcharged events sometimes give you overcharged boss monsters, which give you massive amounts of chaos shards, potentially chaos cores, and also a huge amount of experience too. Those are the ones that I tend to look out for. I'm less bothered about like MoCo harvester events or spirit frenzy events. They're kind of good for project progress, but not great for experience. I'm after high volumes of monsters, high volume of experience. That is my core goal when looking at joining an event. So you need to be on the lookout for those. All right, there's some other really nice tips. Always be scouting the map for things like mega charge units. You can see here we've got a mega charged alarm bell, which is just insane. I'm also in a gank squad right now. You know, I mentioned earlier about gank squads being just the best area for getting your healing items to get like project completion really quickly. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just using a healing items. I'm just actually using items that I need to get project completed with. I mean, in gank squads, it doesn't really matter the setup that you run because there's just so many of you. Very little can go wrong. And right now, I'm just on the map healing everybody as much as I can during one of these events, and it's just going to help me get my projects completed as quick as possible. I haven't really used the healing stuff before, so... Oh, we got the overcharge. Oh my god, look at look at that experience. This was a 2 times experience event with a mega charged alarm bell on top of me already having the daily battle pass. That is, look at how much experience that got me in one go. That's incredible. Look at that. I was in there for 5 minutes and I got 13k XP, 4 chaos cores, and 12 chaos shards. My next tip is don't ignore PvP. It's really fun and a great way to get a bit of experience as well. But when you're in PvP, make sure you are setting your gear up to be very PvP specific. So for instance, in my case, I'm using a very single target focused burst heavy build. If I'm honest with you, I could probably even make this even more burst heavy by going for something like fireworks, but I like the versatility of having a 5-second cooldown burst with the monster taser. So make sure you set things up. And then when you're in the PvP lobby, there are some tips that you want to make sure that you follow, especially on solo. I don't really like playing duo because it's a little bit, unless you're playing with someone that you know, because it's a bit unpredictable, but I really like playing the solo mode, and the team mode's quite fun as well. With PvP, it can be very tempting to just run at someone, but really what you really want to aim to do is you want to be third-partying people like this. You want to be an absolute idiot and run in after someone's been fighting and take them down. Okay, I've killed him and now I've got to run because this guy's third-partying me. Okay, I'm going to heal up off these buggies. This is great. I've got enough buggies to heal up off here. Nice, that's good. I don't really want to waste my dagger if I can help it, but I'm in 4th for the time being. So you want to preserve your points, obviously. Like, dying is not great, but you do want to do a bit of PvEing. Now I'm going to see here. What can I get done here? Oh, God, he has just gone at me straight away, and so I'm going to line of sight. What you want to do in this situation, a lot of times, is like use line of sight to your advantage. So I'm going to wait for my cooldowns to come back up. I'm going to just heal myself up off this buggy. He's gone back to fight. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. I can't beat the guy with the healing stuff, so I'm going to go somewhere else. Sometimes you just have to accept your losses. Line of sighting is good to keep yourself alive, but sometimes you need to accept your losses, and that's what I've done here. I've just accepted my losses. Looks like someone's fighting the Axe Hopper, which is a really, really good location to go and be a nuisance and try and pick off kills. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump in and see if there's someone fighting the Axe Hopper that I can go and be annoying to. Okay, there is. And I'm going to jump in and just stole some points. There. I'm going to just... Come on! I'm 5th. I've got to... Wait a second. Can we kill him? I'm going to just use line of sight here to my advantage. Oh my gosh, I'm a ninja. And I stole all those points. Now I've got to heal up. Oh, line of sight. Oh no, he's still coming for me. He's still coming for me. Go away. I'm a ninja. I'm such an idiot. I'm in first. I'm in first. Yes. All right, guys, if there's anything that I've missed, please let me know. Hopefully I covered some really good tips for you guys to make sure you're maximizing your XP gain and having a bit of fun as well. Like, those PvP tips were great. I love PvP in this game. It's really, really fun and really engaging. Yeah, if there's anything that I think I've missed, throw those tips in the comments below. Most like comments are going to get the ones that people are going to see. So make sure you put your tips in the comments below as well. I want to see what you guys have to say, and I'll see you soon.